Morning, everybody. Let's talk about everything happened on Monday, January 5th. We got a bunch of games. The first one is the Sixers lost to Phoenix Suns at home. There's been a lot of drama going on with the Phoenix Suns team. We have Jokic and Bradley Beal coming off the bench. And Beal actually had a big night for them. Off the bench, had 25 points, three threes, five assists, still in the block, while Yusuf Nurkic came off the bench, only played 14 minutes. He's droppable. Fantasy-wise, he's droppable. And there's some clips online where KD was going off on Nurkic, how bad, he was bad. He has been bad this year and last year maybe. So it's good for the team. They got the win. Bradley Beal was a plus 14 coming off the bench. Devin Booker struggled again, 3 for 16, but 10 assists and 2 steals is still nice. And struggled from the line as well, 3 for 6. Bradley Beal is a buy low. He came back from his injury. Sorry, Booker is a buy low. He came back from his injury. What was his injury? 32nd ranked player. On a per game basis, he should be a top 30 player, pretty easily. But overall, he was worse in fantasy than this year. He's worse in fantasy this year than he was 2 years ago. That's back when they didn't have Kevin Durant. They didn't have Bradley Beal. It was Booker was by far the number one choice, and CP3 and DeAndre Ayton. Ryan Don, he's been starting. If you want to stream him for 3 and D, sure. Same thing with actually, they still Royce O'Neal is still out. Otherwise, we don't know how many minutes he's gonna play. But for now, Ryan Down could be a stream. So with Bradley Beal coming off the bench, Tyus Jones only played 20 minutes. This is a pretty interesting situation. So let's monitor. If Tyus Jones continues to get 20, now he's droppable. Simple as that. Maybe just one game. This game was not a blowout, so some other guys like Monty Morris played a lot of minutes off the bench. KD, meanwhile, had a decent game, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. KD's just going to put up numbers no matter what. For the Sixers, of course, they lost at home. Tyrese Maxey plays 44 minutes, not enough. 31 points, 10 assists, 2 steals, and 6 threes. It's crazy. I did not realize Maxey is actually second in the league with steals. 2.1 steals a game. I remember a couple years ago, he was not even averaging 1 steal. So that category, that steals category, year to year variance is pretty crazy, actually. For almost all players, Tyrese Maxey went from not even 1 steal a game to second in the league, and it wasn't for freaking Dyson Daniels coming out of nowhere. He might lead the league in steals, right? 2.1. If we go back to last year, whatever, probably lead the leading steals. Kelly Oubre Jr. play high minutes. He needs to be streamed. Paul George, another bad shooting night. But this is the thing with Paul George. Yeah, he didn't shoot the ball well, but 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals and 3 threes. I mean, if his shots are falling, then to me, he's a top 25 player pretty easily in fantasy category leagues. Yabusele started. Yeah, every time Embiid is out, he could be a good stream. 10 rebounds, 3 threes, 14 points. I think the thing with him is he just doesn't get that many defensive stats. He actually takes a lot of threes. Caleb Martin, you could also stream him. He had 2 steals and a block. The minutes is huge for these guys. The next game is we have the Portland Trailblazers. This one was close. Portland lost to Detroit 115-118. Fergie Simons, actually, he's been balling lately. He's been really, really good. I think he scored over 25 points, 20 over for 5-6 games. After this big game, his rankings jumped all the way to 107th ranked player. To me, he should be averaging close to 20 points with 3 threes and 5 assists, right? With really good free throw. So he's getting close. I think beginning of the season he was injured. There's just a lot of things he need to figure out. But now he's by far has the highest usage on the team, which, maybe when Jeremy Grant returns, things gonna get murky again. But he's been really good. Which, as I don't know if it's a coincidence with Jeremy Grant out, he started balling all of a sudden. 66% from the field, 8 for 12 on 3 is Pretty crazy. So with him going off, Scoot Henderson played just 90 minutes. Um, I would just hope for maybe one or two more games. I mean, here Chris Murray got a lot more minutes. Shaden Sharp got 43. Right, normally Shaden Sharp would get 35. Right, those 8 minutes will give to Scoot. So just a hold. He had three assists here, nothing else, and 4 turnovers is pretty bad. Shaden Sharp has been balling. To me, probably a sell high if you can't get any top value, top 70, 80 value back. 8 rebound, 8 assists, 2 steals and a block, and 20 points and 3 threes. DeAndre Ayton, just doing what he does. 9 for 16. 11 rebound, 4 assists and a block. It's pretty good for Ayton. Kamara, 3 steals and a block. He's just very solid. 3-and-D guy. And he's been playing huge minutes with Jeremy Grant out. And Danny Advia, same thing. He could be rostered. But everything could change once Jeremy Grant comes back. For Detroit, great win. Detroit, actually, they've been good this year. And they just lost Jaden Ivey, but it doesn't matter. They are 8th, 7th seed ahead of Atlanta Hawks, 18-18. Kate Cunningham, another amazing game, 32 points with 4 threes. And his efficiency this year has been really good too, especially from the field. His only weakness is high turnover, but that's okay. 9 assists and 2 steals, pretty good, 4 threes. Malik Beasley, don't drop him after this one bad game, right? 1 for 10, 1 for 9 from the 3. It's okay. He'll bounce back. Jalen Duren, this is the concerning part. He played just 27 minutes with no foul trouble, 0 fouls. And another thing is we know he doesn't get blocks. So how good is he in fantasy, really? So he just give us rebounds and some field goal. That's it. That's all he give us. Just not enough, Tobias Harris, 5 for 18, 17 points, 5 rebounds with 2 threes is okay. And Teen Hardaway Jr. had a big game. He had 26 points, 6 threes, and absolutely nothing else. He's just a stream guy. If you need threes, you could stream him. Next one for the Indiana Pacers. The next game, the Indiana Pacers beat the Brooklyn Nets 113-99. Great win for the Pacers. And they've been they've been winning games and they've been climbing the rankings. Detroit Pistons, they're 8-2 in the last 10, while Pacers 7-3. Pretty scary stuff, these two teams. Tyrese Halliburton, 23 points, 8 assists, a steal and a block, and 4 threes. I would take it. 9 for 9 from the line. Pretty good. Andrew Nembhard, he just doesn't take that many threes. I'm really surprised, given how, Pacers play. He only take 4 threes a game. 2 steals, 3 assists. He could be streamed really just for the assists. That's it. Miles Turner hit 3 steals and 3 blocks. Here we go, finally. Yeah, Miles Turner, when I'm reading his stats this year, I just don't remember this many games where he goes for 5 blocks and 3 steals. Maybe it only happened once. Last year, it would happen every other game. Sorry, not every other game. Every 5 games, he will have a pop-up game like this. He just needs to do this more. Pascal Siakam did his thing, but it's really boring at this point. He just give you this kind of same numbers every 9. He only played 23 minutes here because the blowout, Benedict Mathurin had 3 threes, 20 points. Okay. For the Brooklyn Nets, this is the, they have all the guys out. They have Cam Thomas out. They have D'Lo out. They have Ben Simmons out. So Keon Johnson is a guy that makes sense that we need to stream. 5 assists and 4 steals and 2 threes, 12 points is pretty good. He needs to be rostered until guys come back. Tyrese Martin, he played 30 minutes. Okay. If everybody continues to be out, we can stream him. Claxton played 25 while De'Aaron Sharp plays 23. De'Aaron Sharp kind of outplayed him here. De'Aaron Sharp had 9 offensive rebounds. Maybe that's why. And Claxton was a minus 23. He's just not good. In fantasy, maybe give him 35 minutes, he could be good, but he's just not. He's not good in real life. And given how bad this Brooklyn Nets team are right on offense, there's nobody setting him up. So 2 for 10, there's another concern. Right, where is he getting his shots? He's not getting any quality looks, other than putback dunks. Right, there's nobody, lob the ball up for him or whatever. Right, if you're playing with James Harden, that's a different story. You get like 2-3 lobs a game. Noah Clowney played 29 minutes, 3 threes. Yeah, we could also have him. and just see how things go. Um, but he's just not doing anything at the moment. Um, he has upside, but does he? I don't know. Does he get defensive stats? Because if he doesn't, then I don't know. I don't see where the upside is. We know he's going to be inefficient, and he doesn't get any assist. So where's the upside? Zaire Williams played 25 minutes. You know, he's okay. You know, if they have a back-to-back, all these players I would stream. Otherwise, maybe not. Not that interested. The next one, the Knicks lost to the Magic 103-94. Okay, with no Karl Anthony Towns. The Knicks have been losing a couple games, to some good teams, of course. They lost 3 straight, but before they lost 3 straight, they won 7 straight. 7-3 in the last 10. And somehow Magic, with everybody out, they beat the Knicks, and they're still the 4th seed in the East. That is absolutely insane. Gogo Badaze played just 22 minutes. He's a hold. I don't know why he only played 22 minutes, because Wendell Carter Jr. came off the bench, and I guess he shot the ball really well, so he got a few extra minutes. They started Cole Anthony. He's an absolutely must roster at the moment with everybody out. Jalen Suggs is out, right? Cole Anthony, a couple years ago, he was averaging close to 20 points. We know he can put up numbers given the opportunity. KCP, he has to take some shots, so he did. 3 threes and 3 steals, 3-and-D guy. That's pretty good. And Tristan Da Silva played 36 minutes. He's another guy that we could maybe look at. Did not have the best game here. We look at the New York Knicks. Just huge minutes coming out for these guys. My God. Good thing Jalen Brunson, they only gave Jalen Brunson 36 minutes, and he had 6 fouls. If it wasn't for the 6 fouls, who knows? Maybe play 43. Mikal Bridges, the guy never gets hurt, so I guess it's okay for him to do some cardio on the court. No worries there. 42 minutes, 24 points, 1 3, 5 rebounds is, okay. Josh Hart remains to be I don't want to say sell high, because honestly, the production could be there rest of the season. He's just that good. 40 rebound, 2 assists. 40 rebound is crazy. 2 steals and a block. Another great game for him. OG Anunoby, steal and a block, 9 points. Not the best game. OG Anunoby has not been good. Offensively, especially. Maybe he's just out of gas because playing all these long minutes. He's still the 51st ranked player, so averaging 1.4 steals and 0.9 blocks. On the season, he's shooting 47%, so that's okay. The percentages are still okay. Kind of what we expect him to be honest. So, yeah. So this game, they started Jericho Sims. If Karl Anthony Towns is out again, depending on who start, Jericho Sims could be a good, nice option for some rebounds and blocks. Moving on to the next one, the Bucks blew out the Toronto Raptors 128-104. That's good. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And Giannis kind of took an easy night. Only 11 points, but had 13 assists. No problem. Right, maybe he also had 7 turnovers. So I imagine the Raptors built a wall. Right, they were the first team that built a wall for Giannis. They have the athletes to do it. They have all the really long, 3-and-D guys. So they can definitely build a wall to stop Giannis. Damian Lillard had a great game. Shot the ball well. Finally, 5 threes and 25 points, but no defensive stats. Andre Jackson, they start him, but only give 50 minutes. It is interesting how there's some NBA players or coaches, they decided to start this guy, but only give this guy 50 minutes. So, not sure the reason. So that means they're now closing games. They're starting off games. And I guess depending on who shot the ball well that day, right? Doc Rivers is going to give Gary Trent Jr. more minutes or AJ Green. So it's kind of like, do you hit your first shot? If you did, okay, you play more minutes. That might mess around with the players a little bit. But is it better to give certain guys consistent minutes, or is it better because they have a lot of 3-and-D guys? So I don't know. Coaching wise, what's the right decision? Brook Lopez had a steal and 2 blocks, 16 points. That's pretty good with 4 threes. Finally, he has okay game, but again, most of the value coming from the blocks. For the Toronto Raptors, Emmanuel quickly. Here we go. He played what 2 or 3 games now. The first game he came back, he had 15 assists. Um, Obviously, RJ returned, right? There's no way he's gonna have that usage again. 15 assists is pretty crazy. Pretty mediocre game, to be honest. Grady Dick, I think he might be droppable. He still hit 3 threes and a block, um, but he just give you threes. If you need threes, yeah, it's like Klay Thompson. Maybe he gets more defensive stats. Jacob Poeltl is still in blocks, 7 rebounds, pretty good. Scotty Bombs had 5 assists, just 2 rebounds, 2 steals and a block, with 5 turnovers. Scotty Bombs this year he's been disappointing, and a big reason is the bad efficiency and lack of defensive stats. Although he did have 2 steals and a block here. RJ Barrett went 4 for 4 from the line, but he came back from he got sick. So 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. He's pretty good, and 11 for 18 from the field. Move on to the next one. Victor Wembanyama lost to the Bulls, 110-114. Victor Wembanyama had 8 blocks here. Yeah, that's right, 8 blocks. Pretty scary stuff. 14. This is why he is. I look at him as the number 1 ranked player because he can do things like this: 8 blocks. The equivalent of, let's say you translate 8 points to points, right? I wonder, what is the league standard average for blocks, and what is the league average, scoring averages? The league average in blocks is definitely not even 1, like 0.5. So that's 16x the average. While the scoring, well, what's the league scoring average? Let's say 10 points. 16x of that is 160 points. No matter how many points you score, you're not going to beat Victor Wembanyama. Just the impact of Victor Wembanyama's blocks, it just, other than steals, right? Even steals, it's kind of like the league average. I don't know what the league average, but if you're playing, sometimes you should get a gift. So the 8 blocks is just insane. 14 rebounds, 4 threes, 23 points. Who cares? But again, if you have Victor Wembanyama, you really got to build a team. You got to be smart building your team, right? If you're smart about building your team it'll be really hard to beat. Be really, really hard to beat. Devin Vassell, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks is amazing. And the Spurs, I got to take back what I said. I said sell high on these guys, but for now it looks like they're playing these guys big minutes because clearly they're trying to win. And if they're winning, if they make the plays, as we get to the end of the season, they're going to play Chris Paul 30 minutes. They're going to play Devin Vassell 30 minutes. And they're not going to sit on back-to-backs if they're healthy. So that changed a lot of things. So, maybe just hope. Devin Vassell has been really good. CP3 really good here. 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and 18 points, 2 threes. Jeremy Sohan, not so much, plays just 27 minutes. But for now, Devin Vassell, CP3, right? They're looking really good. But again, it also depends on where Spurs end up as we get to the end of the season, right? If they keep winning games like this, then yeah. For the Bulls, this is a great win. Vucevic had 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 threes, and a steal. Pretty good game from Vucevic, but I think his shooting dipped a little bit lately, which is to be expected. Kobe White hit a huge big game, a huge slam over Victor Wembanyama. 23 points, 4 steals, and 3 threes. Amazing. Josh Giddey struggled shooting the basketball, but 2 steals and a block, 7 rebounds. While Lonzo Ball, he came off the bench, played 24 minutes. He had some fantasy value. He had 3 steals and 1 3 and 2 assists. Lonzo is really good in category leagues because he hit threes, he get assists, he get defensive stats, right? He gets some rebounds as well. Zach LaVine also played huge here, 35 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 threes. And Patrick Williams hit 3 threes as well. Moving on to the next one, the Dallas Mavericks lost to the Grizzlies 104-119. Well, the Mavericks, they're gonna lose a lot of games because Kyrie Irving is also. What is his issue, Kyrie Irving? Back sprain. He had a back sprain. Back is always tricky, right? Because everything you do, you use your back. So I don't know how severe the injury is, but once Kyrie comes back, is he gonna be the same? I don't know. There's some injuries. A guy has it. Okay, no worries there, right? If it's a hand injury, if it's right, but back is I don't know. Another thing is hamstring, right? Especially if you're older guard, you come back, you just don't have the speed, or you think twice before really, going full 100% on the court. So with everybody out, right? Luka is obviously out. Quentin Grimes, Spencer Dinwiddie, Ninja Marshall, all these guys need to be picked up. Even Maxi Kleber, right? Need to be picked up. And although it depends on what you need, right? Quentin Grimes he's a 3-and-D guy. He also added 6 assists, so that's good. Spencer Dinwiddie, he keeps disappointing. To me, he's the obvious guy, right? Now with no Kyrie, he should be coming in here, handle the ball, but that's not the case. He only had 3 assists. Right? Quentin Grimes actually got more assists than him. But everyone's usage should go up, especially with PJ Washington, who took 22 shots. He had a big game, but it was a minus 18. Derek Lively had 12 rebounds and 3 blocks, did what he did. He needs to be rostered. He's a must roster. He finally, they were splitting the minutes, and finally, Jason Kidd is like, yeah, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, yeah, you're the better player. Let's get you more minutes, For the Grizzlies, Scottie Pippen Jr. is a must roster. 5 steals and a block, 18 points, 4 threes and 4 assists and 3 threes. And only just 20 minutes. With Ja Morant out again, right there, he's putting up big numbers. John Conchar also need to be rostered as long as he's starting. Had 13 rebounds, not much else. He's also a really good fantasy player. Luke Kennard, you could stream him if you need threes, and he give you some assists as well. Zach Edey, 30 minutes. Is he a must roster? He's starting, but just 30 minutes. I would just hope for 1 or 2 more games and see. He could be droppable. And Jaren Jackson Jr., he's just been so good this year. 35 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals and a block. 8 for 12 from the free throw line. Yeah, that's the only that sucks. But he's been amazing this year. Offensively, 13 for 23 from the field. And Jalen Wells, he starts. He went 10 for 11 from the free throw line, but he just doesn't do a lot. So if you need a guy if you're not sure what you need, you just need a body that play a lot of minutes. You could have him. Okay, if you need threes, maybe, because he took it. He only took 5 threes, so he doesn't even make that many threes. Move on to the next one of the LA Clippers. Lost to the Timberwolves 106-108. Kawhi Leonard. This is his second game, I think. He's still ramping up. Give him some time. He's gonna be really good. Just wait for him to ramp up. Chris Dunn, they're still starting him. He's not doing much at the moment, so unless there's the back-to-back, I would just leave him on the waiver wire. Harden did his thing. He took 22 shots, 3 threes, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Pretty good game from Harden. While Norman Powell also continues to be amazing. 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 threes. But if you can get a top 30 player back for Norman Powell, I absolutely would. When it comes to top 50, top 60, maybe not, because even with Kawhi Leonard in the lineup, he can still be a top 50, 60 player. Because he's very efficient. He's still going to hit 2.5 threes, give you 18 points. That's a top 50, 60-ish type of player. And he doesn't really turn the ball over either. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards popped off after scoring, 50 points in a loss. The difference is they win this game. 37 points, 8 assists. Here we go. Start getting some assists. 6 threes, that's pretty good. And the Wolves, they finally pulled the trigger. They finally started Dante DiVincenzo. They finally did. And they say, Anthony Edwards, that we want you to run the offense. And Mike Conley, you can come off the bench. maybe it's a win-win situation. So Dante DiVincenzo, I would pick him up because the minutes is so good. 3 threes, 9 rebounds. You know, if Dante plays 30 minutes consistently, he's a must roster. And Naz Reid, they give Naz Reid more minutes too. Would you look at that? But he was a -10 here. Give him more minutes than Julius Randle. I think Randle should still get more minutes in most games, but they're switching things up a little bit to see what works. Right? It worked here, but they barely beat the Clippers. Barely beat the Clippers at home. So I would pick up Dante right now. And I would not monitor Naz Reid's minutes. I just don't think he's going to play. You know, Randall, I think, was also in a bit of foul trouble. Yeah, he had 4 fouls. He had 4 fouls here. That's why. But Dante needs to be picked up. The next one is the Miami Heat. Lost to the Kings, and this game went to 2 overtime. My God, what a game! Tyler Hero played 48 minutes, only 26 points. Interesting. You know, Jimmy Butler. You know, with Jimmy Butler, I don't know his status. He got suspended, and he's probably gonna get traded. And Tyler Hero is gonna have a big rest of the season. So, just stay healthy. We just need him to stay healthy. Bam Adebayo, what's up with Bam? 6 for 19. How is he this bad? Bam Adebayo, he's ranked 59th ranked player. At this point, probably a buy low, but my God, he's only shooting 45% from the field and 72% from the free throw line. Maybe it's a motivation thing. Maybe he's good friends with Jimmy Butler. I don't know what's going on with him. You know, usage was also low, right? Only averaging 16 points. 4.6 assists is actually pretty good. 1.5 steals is good. I would take that. 0.8 blocks, that could go up higher, but the efficiency is just in the gutter. We used to draft Ben Adebayo because for his efficiency. But this year he's shooting 45%. Why? Because he started taking threes. 5 threes here. 4 steals and a block. This is still a very good game in fantasy. And Hameng popped off with the triple-double, 5 steals and a block. Yeah, well, after this game, we could have him, but this is gambling, right? He's super inconsistent, basically. And his minutes is inconsistent, too. Because next game, who knows? They're going to give him They're going to give Duncan Robinson more minutes, right? Maybe they're going to give Nikola Jovic more minutes. We just don't know. Haywood Highsmith, yeah. I mean, all these guys we could stream. But the minutes could be a little bit inconsistent, and the production too. We look at the Kings. They did not have the De'Aaron Fox, so Keon Ellis is the must roster or must stream for defensive stats as long as De'Aaron Fox is out. He played 48 minutes. That means the coach really trusts him. Malik Monk, another decent game, but 8 for 25 is bad, no doubt. But just the assist. You know, he's getting steals. He's a really good free throw shooter. Always good, always well. DeMar DeRozan had 30 points, but not much else. This is the concerning part. You know, we really need him to get those assists to help his value. Keegan Murray hit 4 threes and 12 rebounds, and Sabonis with 18 with a big triple-double. Sabonis had a huge game. He played 50 minutes with 5 fouls. And that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.